would say the most vanilla classic rocker. Like, if there was an award for that, it would be Steve Miller, correct? Wouldn't you say?
I mean, what? And we're not even talking vanilla bean. This ain't vanilla bean. This is like that golden vanilla you get from a Friendly's where you're like, this just tastes like sugar, but not in a good way.
A little too sweet, but also I kind of like it.
I kind of like it, but I don't love it.
kind of like.
You know, that's what you're looking for when you're good in classic rock. Is like when you listen to it, you're just like, I guess I kind of like it.
I'd say that's 80% of classic rock.
That is 80%, easily.
You know, you got Renegade by Styx coming on, and you're like, well, wait a second, I fucking love that. So that's actually in the 20%.
That's in the 20. It's a classic 80-20.
It's hard to fucking tell, but I can tell you one thing,
Mr. Roboto, I'll tell you that. I don't know which side it goes
That's in the 80%.
You think that's... I think it might be...
Yeah, nobody likes Mr. Roboto. Nobody actually says Mr. Roboto is my favorite song.
You think it's in 20 with Domo Arigato, and then when they get to Mr. Roboto, back in that 80.
Like, oh, you better back it up.
Beep, 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 beep.
It is the Whisp Turlington Show. I am Whisp Turlington. Here, of course, in our studio, we've got Geoff, the Angry Man Garlock.
Geoff the Angry Man Garlock here on 108.9 The Hawk.
We got Jason Gore over here holding it down. Thanks, guys. Good to be here. Still getting used to being back on classic rock radio after, a lot of bad stuff. And it's good to be here. It's good not to be fighting with you, Geoff.
Pick it up a little. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh,
Jason.
You want me to pick? Oh, okay.
Pick up the speed.
Yeah, I mean, you could say, move on.
You only have 4 hours. I
know.
Come on.
I know. And we're in it. Of course, it is 7:04. We're in the second hour of the Whisp Turlington Show right here. Wake the fuck up, Valverde.
You gotta wake the fuck up.
It is 7:04. If you aren't at your slob job right now or on your way, you're gonna get fired.
I've been drinking cold brew since 1 a.m. Keg stand.
There's Keg Stand, of course, our new addition to the Whisp Turlington crew. K-Slob across the street, really whipping our ass.
Just killing us.
Really whipping our ass. They're Valverde's Pure Rock. Also owned by the same company. Also pretty much paid for by me. And it's a...
Dirty fingers here is what it is.
A lot of dirty fingers.
A lot of dirty fingers.
But we got so much great stuff going on, of course. Today we are very excited to be giving out tickets for the Valverde County Fair. It is the only 6-month-long county fair in America, and it's getting ready to start this weekend. So get ready for that. I can already smell it.
I mean, I can smell it, and it is pungent.
It is pungent, and I'm not saying that I can, metaphorically, like, I can smell it, like, oh, it's in my mind.
No, physically, it's getting everywhere.
I can smell the fairgrounds.
We have to deal with this for 6 months.
6 months of this fucking scent. But some of the best concerts around. You got Styx coming in.
Styx is coming in. 80-20, it doesn't matter. Styx is going to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be great. They all look so good. They look the same as they did when they were younger.
Look, I don't want to get angry here, but if you tell me.
Okay, do it.
But if I'm going to go off on a Geoff of the Angry Man Garlock rant, then I got to say,
hold on. Wait. I got to do the music for you. Here you go.
I got a little something on my brain. If you're telling me that any member of Styx has had plastic surgery, I'm going to kick you to the curb because you're living in La La Land, all right? That is pure God touching their faces.
Oh, yes, it is.
Or Mr. Roboto, either or.
Yeah, either or.
That's just something on my brain.
You finished early. You usually go over that, but you fucking finished early.
Look, I had a strong point. I had a strong point that I got right into and I got right out.
I am very, very, very impressed.
Thank you.
Also, Grant Masterson of City Council was indicted today at Flappers Casino.
This guy.
Did you see that on the news? What do you think about that, Geoff?
Happy, sad.
Happy,
it's a classic sad situation.
Yeah, because you are, on one hand, a good friend of Grant Masterson.
One of the best in the biz, but not one of the best in the biz when it comes to being a city council member.
Not one of the best in terms of embezzlement and, sexual harassment.
You got to separate the politician from the artist.
You know?
I always say that.
What kind of art did Grant Masterson do?
The art of city counseling. You didn't find that to be artistic the way he would wave a pen?
Yeah.
Signing laws into life?
I guess you're right.
But we would never talk about it. We would never talk
about it.
When we would hang out in my Tim Rice RV, we would never talk about it.
The RV that you stole fair and square.
I stole it fair and square, and Craig can back me up on that.
Tim Rice.
We would mostly talk about how I stole it fair and square and about Frisbee golf. Me and Krant, we both love playing Frisbee golf.
Oh, my God.
Huge Frisbee golf. That's why I voted for him, because he said he said he would slip some more discs. Yep. And we've got 27 slip the discs.
Yeah.
That also will look at your back if you've got an issue. But if you go down out your back while you're doing Frisbee golf.
27 slip the disc locations here in Valverde.
Some people said too many. Some people said he embezzled money to invest into those slip the discs. But hey, I'm not a politician.
Yeah,
I'm just a morning show DJ.
Hands up.
Hands up. That's what I say to politics.
Oh. Speaking of art, Geoff.
Uh-huh.
And we're not talking about you, Art Spart, our traffic reporter back there. We will talk to you in a second. I'm talking about true art.
True art.
I'm talking about rock and roll art.
That's the only type of art I care about.
And the only person that really truly knows what it's like to create art in rock and roll without being a musician is our guest this morning in this hour here on the Whisp Turlington Show. Of course, I'm talking about the biggest slut in rock and roll history. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary. I, for one, cannot fucking believe they're here.
I can't believe they're here. I mean, we throw around that term legendary all the time, but this one actually applies.
We throw it around.
Too much.
And I think the last time I saw this person was at a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers show.
Oh.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, Sunset.
Hello.
Sunset, my God.
How are you, boys?
So
doing fantastic now that you're
hearing
here.
that voice now.
Fantastic.
Oh my God, we got into
Silky smooth, huh?
Silky smooth. It feels sensual in the studio right now because Sunset's walked in.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of people say good things about my voice, but then I'm like, well, you haven't fucking heard Sunset.
No, you haven't heard the Silk,
It's like I'm watching Silk Stockings right now. It really is.
Exactly. No, thanks for having me, boys. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy you're here, Sunset.
I can tell. Looking down. You are happy, aren't you?
Can you tell? Oh boy.
Physically and audibly.
Yes.
Why are you here, Sunset?
Well, I'm here to promote my new tell-all book. I'm going nuclear, boys. I'm telling everything. Okay. All that gossip from all that sex for so many years. And I'm putting it out. And you're going to find out everything. And I'm here to let you boys know about a few of those hookups that I had over the years.
What?
Yes, some tell-all gossip.
Oh, my God.
The book, by the way, is called Every Last Drop. And it's...
I think you know where this one's going.
I'm talking about semen, yeah. And it's about
I knew that.
That's part of the title. Yes. I see that on the
it's 3 decades of coming on rock and roll geezers. So, yeah, it's me... just talking about how I had sex with a lot of, some of these classic rock and rollers. I got my start in the 70s, and I fucked my way through 30 years of just
I mean, I would imagine you've got so many stories of just so many old men that you banged.
A lot of people talk about the groupie life. I'm not a groupie.
No, who would say that?
I don't care.
Artist.
I honestly don't care about the music. No one cares. Yes. I don't care about. No one doesn't care about the music more than me.
You hate rock. You hate rock and roll.
I do. I hate music in general. Yes.
Yeah.
But I find myself attracted to that type of person.
Right.
So
you like the energy.
I like the energy. I'm not a Sable Star. I'm not gonna get follow a band around. No.
Right.
I'm going to fucking suck and leave, and
of course
word got around, and that's how I got into all these beds.
Well, anyway, because it is amazing. You watch all these rock docs,
so many rock docs.
You watch it, and all we're doing is watching rock docs, and you see those photos. You see still photos of behind the scenes at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Yeah,
but then there's always you.
There's always me. I'm always popping
Sunset
up
in the background.
That's right. I'm always popping
up. And everyone always is like, "Who's that old rummy? Who's that old barfly who hangs out in the background?" But most people don't realize that.
What's going on with his eyelashes? Why is he? What's up with his lips?
Very nice
Jesus
eyelashes.
Christ!
Very nice eyelashes. And your eyebrows. You look like a mentat from Dune. It's interesting. They just roll up, and it's like they're waving.
No, I look like some sort of Greek god, and this is before I have my.
That's usually how I describe Greek gods. As a mentat from Dune.
That's exactly right.
I say, have you seen Sunset?
Have you seen?
You know why they call me Sunset? By the way, my real name is Steve Schley. Everyone knows that, but They call me Sunset because I'd go down every night. That's what would happen. I did the best blowjobs all the time. And I treated it like a job. Yeah.
Yes. You do, and you do your job well. You have the best work ethic of anyone that I've ever known.
That's true. Thank you very much. Thank you for saying that.
You had that billboard on Sunset Boulevard, which was very funny. It was very ironic.
I mean, it was
always
Sunset.
Kicking Angeline right off of that billboard.
Fuck Angeline. Fuck Angeline in a pink Corvette. I hope she gets run over by it. I hope she crashes into a tree. I'm so sorry.
Those are fighting words.
Words.
I worked a lot harder than she did. Let's just say that. And I didn't put filler in my tits. I had my tits. My tits are regular, normal tits. Not to say that it's bad to have, to plump up your tits, but there's something about being a natural, sexualis.
Scotty gave me, our producer behind the glass, Scotty gave me a list of people I should ask about and people I probably shouldn't ask about. So you know which list I'm starting with.
Okay.
The one I can't ask about, Billy Squire.
Billy Squire. Oh my God, what a good fuck. First of all, they like to put glasses on his dick. I tell you that.
Whoa.
Yeah, the man walked around. Did you hear about this?
Heard that.
Yes, he used to put him around his dick, and he gave his dick a name. Like I think it was Tony. And what he would do is he'd walk around with his glasses on his penis, and he'd do a little voice, and then he'd fuck me right in the mouth. And he had an entire life built for this Tony. It was unbelievable. He got very into it.
So that's why he uses the name Tony in The Stroke.
That's exactly.
We've always wondered.
Now, you gotta understand, I'm amused to most of these guys. That's not by choice.
Of course.
But there were tons of songs that were, based on me. Maggie May, Rod Stewart. That's me.
Wow.
Fuck.
Well, first of all, Rod Stewart has like an unusual penis. All right. We all know what he looks like above, but down below, we called him 2x2 because it was 2 inches by 2 inches. And what he would do is
situation.
He did. And so what happened is he used to call my penis Maggie, okay? Because I used to sleep with my dick wrapped in a magazine. This was, back in 74, and he would say, "Wake up, Maggie, I think I have something to say to you." And that's where every morning he would ask my dick to wake up.
Oh, and your dick was wrapped with the May issue of Time. I remember reading that in the Rod autobiography.
That's right.
That's wonderful.
2x2. I never knew it. He did not put it. I've been friends with Rod for a very, very fucking long time.
And he never mentioned that.
Never heard this.
Well, I don't know if you want to go promoting the fact that you have a fucking cube for a penis.
Wow. Okay, another name I'm not supposed to ask about.
Throw it out there. This is what. And buy the book.
Sunset's got no secrets.
No.
Geoff, why don't you? You've got some. You got one. I know, Geoff. You want to ask somebody.
Oh, I've got one. Chris Squire from Yes.
There you go.
That's what bass player of Yes. What
about the bass player from Yes?
Yes,
Chris
the bass
Squire.
player from Yes, of course. I remember he wouldn't stop talking when I fucked him. All right, he was babbling about shit that no one wanted to speak about.
Well,
politics,
that's
the way the world was going, I was just like, can we do a little fucking here, maybe? You're just talking all the time. And he would just continue to babble on, Well, I was like, is my dick not good enough? I started to feel like I wasn't as sexy as and I think it's just him. I came to the conclusion that it's him, and he wouldn't even respond and say, "Hello, my dick is in your hello," we're fucking coming together.
You cannot blame yourself for that. Chris Squire,
obviously
he goes on and on. We've all heard Yes's tales from the topographic oceans.
Yes.
That thing just goes on and on like what I would imagine a Chris Squire fuckfest would be like.
Totally.
I have imagined a Chris Squire fuckfest so many times.
And what are you picturing when you see that? What are you picturing?
You know what? I am picturing a lot of bases.
Bases? What do you mean? Like baseball? Like first base, second base?
No, we're not like base.
I was picturing a lot of bases.
Sunset knows nothing about rock and roll, so I say a bass.
Bass guitar. Yes, bass guitar.
Yeah, like a 4001 Rickenbacker.
You gotta always remember, Sunset doesn't know anything about rock, but he knows everything about baseball.
Sunset. Good Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
No, I'm thinking about sex right now. Ask me what I'm thinking about.
I'm not. Yeah.
Hey, Wisp, do you want to ask or should I ask?
No, go for it. What do you think? You.
Sunset, what are you thinking about right now?
I'm stroking my dick right now.
Oh, well,
there you go.
Using my own spit on my own dick.
Wow. That's what it's a real autofocus situation here.
We have the 4-hour delay on just for this hour.
I want to pump an extra hour on there,
Pump in another hour there, Scotty. For this hour. Well, that is chapter 3 in your book.
Pumping?
It's called Pumping.
You don't like pumping?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Oh, they loved Pump. They loved pumping. My God. Let me tell you about Steven Tyler. Had bracelets around his. Yeah,
God.
no, I fucked him through a bracelet. He wanted me to fuck him through a bracelet. He had his scarf.
Really?
Yeah, tied around his cock so hard that the front of it became purple. And that's where the purple from, Pump came from.
Pump, the logo's in a purplish color. That's
exactly.
Fantastic.
It's just a shot of his dick, and then they Photoshop the color of it.
Holy shit.
You know,
God.
all those scarves on his mic stand and all
That's
those
right.
scarves on his body distract you from the giant scarf on his penis, apparently.
That's right.
That is
I
So
tell you
tight.
what.
My God, he liked it
so
tight.
tight.
This may be the dirtiest moment in all of 108.9 The Hawk history, but it's not going to keep us from doing traffic.
No.
108.9 The Hawk Traffic with Art Spart.
Wow! Look, people, from the Burt's Funeral Flowers traffic desk, I'm Art Spart, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You come to old Art Spart for the good news on traffic. And this morning, I have no good news on traffic. In fact, I have no news at all. I have no idea what is going on out there with the highways and the byways of Valverde. Because old Art is tired. Last night, after a long day of hunting down traffic accidents and cryptids, I just wanted to relax with a cold can of soda, Dad, and watch some of my favorite programs on the premier streaming service, Channel 8 Max. Lately, I've been watching this wonderful reality show starring the Ghost of Powers Booth, where he goes into family restaurants and remodels one booth. Nothing else. No kitchens, no tables, just a booth. I tell you, I could watch 100 episodes of Booth Rescue if I could find the GD show, because I forgot Channel 8 Max was changing its name to 8 Max last night, which meant it was a new app that I had to download, and a new password, because I could not remember my old password, Chupacabra69. Nope. Well, was it Yeti69? No! Finally, I had to change it to a new one and settled on Loch Ness Monster 69. Damn it, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Now I have to change it again when I get home. And when I finally got it rolling, what is this layout? You can't find a damn thing. I tell you, I was halfway through searching some new category they put on there. Movies that you think you saw, but you started watching them and then realize, oh, I never watched this. And I spent 20 minutes trying to decide if I should watch Mr. Destiny or Teen Wolf 2. Until I realized A, I wanted me to watch the Ghost of Powers booth yell at some Chili's franchise owner about his pleather booths, and B, it was 6 a.m. and I had stayed up all night and I had to get over to the Hawk. So I guess Ace Frehley Way seemed clear. That's how I got here. And I'll get back to you right after I take a nap, go home, and change my GD password. And that is traffic right here from the Burt's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. I'm Art Spart on 108.9 The Hawk.
With Burt's Funeral Flowers, with Burt's Funeral Flowers.
It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk.
I say it's cold out there, but it's
Goddamn
fucking
cold.
hot in
It
here.
is hot
You know
and
what I'm
steamy
talking
in here
about.
'cause of
Sunset
sunset.
is keeping it warm. Sunset, you gonna stick around, tell us more about your book, Every Last Drop?
I would love to. I'd love to. I'd love to
my
get into
God.
it. I'd love to get into the nitty gritty, the nooks and crannies.
We are gonna get into
That's where the
some
stink
of the.
lies.
Okay.
The stink lies in me, man. Keg stand.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Oh, my God. Here's a band that Sunset, you had your way with many times. Of course, I'm talking about The Police on 108.9 The Hawk.
Hell yeah.
Hello, this is Farmer Dan down at Shetland Creameries. Boy, it's warming up, isn't it? Gotta go outside and spray off the cattle a lot. Bring out their salt licks. Make sure they've got enough salt and water going on. Because, yep, boy, oh boy, it's another Valverde summer. Which means the Shetland Creameries' creamy summer is upon us. Come on out to Shetland Creameries to celebrate your creamy summer. And check out all the cream cannons. I added more this year. You're gonna walk out here and you're gonna look up and be like, whoa! Farmer Dan really went all out with the cream cannons this year. Then you're gonna go cool off in the brand new Eggnog Nog freezer. It's a walk-in freezer filled with all of the chili eggnog you could ever want to drink on a hot summer Valverde summer day. And don't forget a hot cheese dip. You can make that with a Colby Jack, a pepper jack, just a Colby, a white American cheese. Anything goes with a steaming hot cheese dip for your Valverde summer. And it's all happening right here, just like it has for the last 40 years at Shetland Creameries. Come check out the Nog Room, you Nog Hog.
Well, hello everybody, this is Geoff Skunk Baxter, guitarist of the Doobie Brothers and the owner and proprietor of Geoff Skunk Baxter's Ponytail Warehouse. Now I know that you come to me for all of your ponytail accoutrement needs and that I hold back my secrets on my long, glorious mustache. But now it's time for me to open up the Geoff Skunk Baxter vault and give you just one little tiny new taste of my mustache accoutrement. That's right, I am now releasing to the warehouse exclusively Skunk Cologne. The only mustache cologne made exclusively by Geoff Skunk Baxter. Now I know what you're asking, what the heck does that smell like? Does it smell like Geoff Skunk Baxter's mustache? Or does it smell like a skunk? Or does it smell like a skunk wearing cologne? Now look here, why don't you get off Geoff Skunk Baxter's back, alright? I was nice enough to give you some of my mustache secrets. You don't need to know what this thing smells like. I don't know what it smells like. I just know I put it on, and I have the name skunk attached, and it smells wonderful or disgusting. I can't smell anything because the mustache goes straight up my nostrils. And if you have a mustache that is beautiful enough to deserve skunk cologne, then your nose is clogged as well. But nobody is complaining about the skunk cologne, so just buy it and wear it. I'm just over here trying to sell you some nice accoutrements while I play some wonderful session guitar. Not to mention drawing up plans for rockets, because again, I am a rocket scientist and producing the new Boondock Saints record. I am a man of mystery, but one thing that is not mysterious, skunk cologne is needed for your mustache.
Ponytail Warehouse. Ponytail Warehouse. All the times.
All rock, total hawk summer. 108.9, The Hawk.
Sometimes I'm sitting alone in my house and I hear in the distance, "Grease bastard." And I'm like, oh my, is that Robert Plant? 9 times out of 10, it's not. But that one time, we at least know Robert Plant's coming to your Zeppelin Authority every weekday night at 8. A belly full of lead with me, Grease Bastard. From the opening sounds of Good Times, Bad Times, to the final notes on Wearing and Tearing from Coda, I've got it all for you right here. It's a real belly full of lead with Grease Bastard. All the Zeppelin hits you could ever want, and all the alternate songs you'd probably rather listen to on your own at home. I've got them. Grease Bastard with a belly full of lead every weekday night at 8, right here on 108.9 The Hawk.
Hey, K-Slob, why don't you kick rocks and eat shit? Yep, that's just another friendly message from your crosstown rock radio rivals, 108.9 The Hawk. Of course, Mama, I'm Coming Home. A tremendous Ozzy Osbourne song from the No More Tears album. But
Tremendous Lemmy song as well,
tremendous
don't forget.
Lemmy song, and if you read about it in Every Last Drop,
Double teaming Ozzy and Lemmy.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I never knew it. I never knew that, Sunset. Thank you for that rock tip.
Of course.
I learn something new every single time I pick up a page in this book. I'm not even talking about the book. I pick up one page
Pick up
and
a
I go.
page. Pick up
Pick
a
up a
page
page
right now,
and the
Jeff.
pages come
Let me just-
pre-sticky, sweethearts.
Let me
This
just
is
pick up
literally
one
the
thing.
stickiest book I have ever owned.
Oh, Ron Wood's got a big one. There we go.
There you go. That was chapter
There
8.
you go.
Chapter 8.
Yeah, wait till you get to Art Garfunkel. He's a freak. Oh, he's a
is a
freak of
freak.
nature. He asked me to call him Fart Unkfunkel.
Fart
Yeah,
Funka.
Fart
You know, I
Unkfunkel.
always heard in the original script for Carnal Knowledge, he kept trying to push for that to be in there.
He
but
was a
then-
gross guy. I mean, he used to pretend to be my uncle, and I would be his nephew, and then he would fart in my face. What a
I mean, the name
gross
is right
fuck.
there. It is right there.
It's
That's
right
disgusting.
in there.
It's right in there. You can't ignore it.
He would say nephew. He wouldn't even call me by his name. I was like, be the moment, but bad actor though. Stinky, shitty actor.
He was ahead of the curve. He was ahead of the curve on incest porn.
You ever see him
all over the? I hear all the kids love it on the web.
They love it. Yeah, you haven't lived until he's brushed his little blonde curls all over your penis.
Game of Thrones happens, and all of a sudden everybody's like, you know what I want to watch? Incest porn.
Incest porn is huge now, and I don't judge.
It's just huge.
Raise your hand if you'd fuck your family. I mean, we're all raising our hands.
I mean, I'm not raising.
But chapter 11, raise your hand if you'd fuck your whole family.
Raise your hand if you have fucked your mother and father. Raise your hand.
Okay,
and that's chapter 12.
Come on, we're all raising
I put my hands up for politics.
Jeff, you should not raise your hands for that. Scotty's freaking out in the booth. He's
raise your hand if your grandmother gave you a rim job. Raise your hand if your grandma.
Keeping my hands in my pocket. But not that way. That's not what I'm talking about. Oh, jeez.
I don't know about you, but my grandma turns 90 this week, and she's going.
Congratulations, Sunset.
How is that possible? Well, she's dead.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
my grandmother's dead. She's always been 90 since she died in 1995.
Oh, so there you go.
Simple math right there.
You know how people say, they turned 150 this year. I don't like that.
I don't
now,
like that.
I'm going to bring up a
Once
name
you die, you die. That's
Once you die, you die.
Once you die, you die.
Once you die, you die. I'm going to bring up a name that might hurt some feelings in here.
Oh, boy.
It's not rock and roll related, but I got to know, do you know this person? Grant Masterson of the Valverde City Council.
I do.
Jeff's best friend.
Whoa, he's a freak.
Oh, I knew it.
Absolutely. What do you want to know about him? I mean,
I want to know everything.
All I want to know is how good is he at frisbee golf, but I feel like you're going to tell me something I don't want to hear.
A thing
First
about
of all,
frisbee golf.
No, I don't know anything about golf. But I do know that this man has a fucking penis on his back. Now, this is weird.
What?
This is weird. Okay,
this is a weird one.
This is a weird one.
This is the weird one.
I don't know if you know this.
This is weird sounder.
This is weird town. Evolutionarily, all people had dicks coming out of their spines, sort of like a tail.
Really?
Yes.
What?
We used to have dicks
Who
on our
knew
back.
this was going to be like science?
It was a very odd reason, and I think it was because we were afraid to look at our mates in the face because we might run away because of how ugly they are.
Wow.
So we would have dicks growing on our back where we would fuck. And this councilman had he called it his little dongle.
Wow.
Just like, from Apple, a little dongle.
Of course.
And he would, and he wanted me to suck his little dongle and, just to flick it up and down.
Yep.
Look, I don't want to get political here, just like I don't like to get political with Cram Masterson, but I mean, if you're telling me that the evolution is a theory, I think this is proving that this is not a theory, all right?
I think it's proven.
It's
proven.
It's just a little bit of science. We all had a little dongle on our back.
You're going to listen to Willie Crystal on News Radio 8888. He's going to tell you all day long that it's a theory, but then when he doesn't have a guest like Sunset coming in and telling you the fucking facts.
He's going to be breaking up some really weird, intense conspiracy shit over there for a while.
Once you get into I've seen shit that you can only make up. I've seen shit that's
Chapter 22.
I'm at chapter 22.
I've seen shit that
you could only make up.
That's right. Now,
that one was about the Allman Brothers band.
Oh, okay. It was not about Axl Rose. That was. I'm sorry. I'm messing up my own. Which one was that?
Wait. No, maybe I fucked it. Scotty, did I fuck it up? Sorry. Chapter 24.
Okay. We can do both. We got
Chapter 24 was called Midnight Rider.
Midnight Rider. That's right.
And that was about and then the other one was about Axl Rose.
Okay. Yes. Okay. No. All right. That one.
I gotta hear about both. I gotta hear about both.
Axl Rose.
So hard to keep track.
It's so hard to keep track. But Axl, the obviously, funny thing is you'd think his asshole hair was actually red, but he was a brunette between his cheeks.
That is the funny thing.
And the funny thing is that Slash actually had the red hair, which in between his asshole. And that's so weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
And he would like it. They would both like, I would move from one asshole to the other, just like a little tennis ball boy.
Now, I have heard rumors, and I don't know if this is confirmed in your book.
I'm wondering if this is the rumor that you heard
tell me.
I heard.
Fling it past
me. Does Slash's dick
not the rumor I heard?
Also wear a top hat?
No. Here's the thing. It wears a newsie. It wears a newsie cap. Wears a newsie cap. And I don't know how this got out there because
he's wearing like a newsie's cap and he's going extra, extra.
Yes, of course. He makes his little dick talk like a newsie, and he's saying, "Hey, join my labor union." And I say, what are you talking about? He's like, I want a job. What kind of job? Blow job. We would do this whole bit.
That's very good.
My God.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the king of New York. And you're like, come on, it's time to fuck.
Exactly.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah,
Well, you're
I heard
learning
it
it
different.
all.
Here's the thing. Here's the
What did
rumor.
you hear?
Maybe
What
we
did
can
you
back up this
hear?
rumor.
What did you hear?
I've heard that you, and not to blow up your spot, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what the kids say. They
No,
say that
tell
and they
me.
say bussin', apparently.
You've given the Beegers to Izzy, Dizzy,
Beegers.
Gizzy.
Chapter 33 is called Beegers.
Beegers. You've given a Beeger to both Izzy and
Izzy
Gizzy
and
and
Gizzy.
Dizzy,
And
but
Yeezy.
not to
Yeezy.
but not to Buckethead. You have had
Not
no
to Buck-
sexual
no.
relations with Buckethead.
No.
Not to sleazy or sneezy.
No,
No, but
sleazy or sneezy there.
I was
either.
just I had never touched Buckethead, but I was asked to shit in the bucket. Oh. And I don't know if you know this, but I
mean-
eat a ton of dates, and my shit is soft.
Of course.
So
That
yeah.
is- if you want,
If
if you
you've
want
got
soft shit,
Majuli dates as your
You're eating
day to
dates.
day,
I
it's
got
gonna
Majuli
day.
the Majuli dates make it so you're gonna have a little drooly out of your butthole.
I don't
That's
ask
just a fact.
questions. I just do what I'm told.
A
And
little
I,
drooly out your butthole.
From a
Chapter
Julie,
42.
Chapter
and the
42, all
closing
about
word
shitting in
a little
Buckethead's
drooly
bucket.
from a Julie. That's right.
Exactly.
God.
Exactly.
Every last drop, 3 decades with Sunset. It's in stores now.
long
Sunset,
title, but a lot of stories, so it
my
gotta
God.
match
So
the title.
We're going to
So
keep you
many
around here.
stories.
We're going to talk more about this Sunset, but first we do have to get to a brand new segment we are absolutely loving right here on the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hog.
The
Jeff,
sex
you know,
corner.
of course,
it's called the sex corner, right?
it is. This is not
No,
the
that's
sex
exactly
corner.
the sex corner.
That is
That's
late night. That's
All
late
right.
night on
That's
Case
when
Law.
late night.
That is late night on Case Law.
Ricky and
This, of
Sticky.
course, is
Larfs and bars.
Larfs and Barfs. So the news doesn't have to be so hard all the time.
Oh, we're all
Like
crying in our
me.
sleep because of the news,
Right?
but not this day.
Now, you're going to love this story, Sunset. We picked this one out for you, so here we go. A man in Texas was arrested after he was caught on camera trying to rob a bank with a banana. Now, the man, who has not been identified, walked into the bank and handed the teller a note demanding money. The teller refused to give him any money, and the man fled the scene. He was later arrested by police. Who was it?
Who was it?
Who do you
We
think
know it was
Sunset?
someone.
I know exactly who it is.
Oh, who is it? Do I have
Peter
to guess?
Cetera. Peter Cetera.
Get
It
out
was
of
Peter
here. I
Cetera
fucked
from
Peter
Chicago.
Cetera. I fucked Peter
I
Cetera.
know you fucked Peter
I
Cetera.
just
Peter
imagine
Cetera.
the banana would set you off.
You know
Yes.
what? Peter Cetera, lovely guy, but in order to make him orgasm, I had to say, I know who you are. And that's how he would come.
You know, he's very needy. He's a very
He's
needy
very
rock
needy.
star.
I mean,
Yes.
anyone from Chicago needs it.
Oh, my God.
Did he ever ask, like, I know who you are. Definitely something. He makes
Yes.
me say that when we're not having sex.
Oh, wow.
All the
But
time. You're
he
just
also
talking to
is
him.
All the time saying, please tell me you know who I am.
Who am I?
Peter,
Who am
we're in
I?
the middle of the conversation. I know.
He also asks, am I the inspiration?
Oh, wow.
And I've heard he asked that while also, doing his business.
Yes, but I am
Is it
the
true?
inspiration. I am the inspiration.
That's a,
wait,
you,
wait,
and
wait,
you
wait,
tease
You're
him because he.
the-
You mean the
Exactly.
inspiration?
I am the actual inspiration.
That
Yes.
Chicago wrote about.
That
It's
Chicago
about
wrote
Sunset.
about. It's exactly about me. Yes, and the kind
You
of
followed up. He says you're the inspiration. Right away, you go, I am. Goddammit.
I am. Goddammit, I would. First of all, I don't know about you, but I use my feet when I jack someone off. And I use my feet when I
you
jack
do know
Peter
about
Cetera
me.
off, and I would jack him off all. He would say he was so down in the dumps. This
Scotty,
is,
add 3 more hours to the delay.
Because this one's getting filthy.
Tell me, when did You're the Inspiration come out?
Oh,
When did that
God,
song come
I'm
out?
going to guess like what? 83. Let's
It's
go
always a
with
big blur to me. 83? It was a big blur to
Scotty,
me.
when did it come out? Scotty. 84. It came out in
84. So this must have been
Yeah.
80.
Oh, what a good year.
83, it must have been. And I was jerking him off with my feet, obviously. And I had not cut my toenails for, God, it must have been months.
Oh, wow.
So,
It's like a dragon does it.
I look
You
like
were going for that Guinness Book of World
Exactly.
Record right there,
I
right?
look
The
like a
longest for
fucking,
toenails.
a grizzly bear from, the
Is that when your nails all like curl in?
Exactly, the Guinness Book, the curl in stuff. Yeah, it looked like a fucking Tokyo drift ramp. So
Some guys get off on a Tokyo drift curling nail. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's like, am I watching a rerun of Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Exactly. And Pete was in the dumps. He had just gotten run over by a car. His ribs were crushed. His face was all mangled. And he was so sad. And he needed something to uplift him. So I jerked him off with my feet. My nails got caught in the head, in his little hole, in the hole in his penis.
Of course.
And he said, good, God damn it. And as he was coming out, I obviously said, I know you, Peter. And he said, whoa. And that was it. He came and said, you are my inspiration. And then he went to the band. And that's, the rest is absolutely history.
I mean, look, Sunset, you have said it. You are a muse. You are a muse. You are Sharon Stone in Albert Brooks' The Muse. And I'm just going to say it.
That's correct.
Just say it.
That's
I'm
correct.
just going to say it one more time. You are Sharon Stone in Albert Brooks' The Muse.
I gotta say this. We don't usually play this on the air because we like their harder stuff. We like 25 or 6 to 4, which is their hardest song ever.
I mean, when we say also hard to listen to those horns. They are just the most atonal goddamn horns ever.
But since we have Sunset here, this is a special occasion.
Yes.
There you go. It's like I can hear your feet. Here come the nails. Right there. Oh.
This is taking me back, my God.
It's Pizza-thon days once again at Pizza Emporium, 323 Hog Street, Valverde. All kinds of pizzas that you'd want. Pizzas with pepperoni. Pizzas made by our pizza chef named Tony. Hey, how are you? Pizza that bleeds. Pizza that knows how to roll up its sleeves. Pizza that'll have a conversation with you about how good Lenny Kravitz was before Fly Away. And pizza that was made 40 years ago today. Pizza with a very clear record. And pizza that has, frankly, seen some things. And done some things. And definitely has some regrets. If you want pizza you can talk to your friends at work about, we've got you covered at Pizza Emporium. Pizza Emporium, 323 Hawk Street, Valverde. Hi, I'm Jason Gore, and it's time for the 108.9 The Hawk Concert Calendar, brought to you by Books 1000. That's right, they've got books. 1,000 of them. On the 21st, Shooter's Bar and Buffet welcomes the comedic and guitar virtuoso stylings of Zazzlefoot. Come for the arpeggios, stay for the punchlines. On the 22nd at Valmart Amphitheater, we'll have the grand return of Hootie and the Blowfish, with support from Valverde's favorite Hootie and the Blowfish tribute band, Letter Cry. That's sponsored by White Hat Beer, White Hat. Finally, a beer just for dicks. On the 23rd at Zazzles, we've got a great 108.9 The Hawk lineup featuring some great local bands such as Merkin's Wand, Master of Puppies, Two in the Pink, Stink Stunk Get in My Trunk, Tony Diarrhea and the Well-Fed Babies, and a reunion of Knott's Berry Harm. Remember, that's happening down at Zazzles, and keep listening to 108.9 The Hawk for your chance to win tickets as part of the All Rock Total Hawk Summer. On the 27th at the Valverde Enormo Dome, 8 whole days with Metallica. That's right, they're not stopping for 8 whole days. No repeats. And in fact, they're gonna have to write some songs on the spot. You can get day passes or passes for the entire shebang at any Tickets location. 8 whole days with Metallica is a 108.9 The Hawk show you do not want to miss. Once again, part of your all-rock Total Hawk Summer. And that's your 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar, brought to you by Books 1000. You looking for 2,000 books? You're not gonna get them here. They have 1,000 books at Books 1000. The Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk. And my good buddy, one of my best friends in the entire world, Joe Walsh, giving it to us the Rocky Mountain way. Now, Sunset, when you're giving it to someone the Rocky Mountain way, is that what this was written about?
That's exactly what it's written about.
Knew it? Knew it?
Big
I'm really
peaks
good
and
with rock
valleys,
history.
huge peaks and valleys.
Huge peaks
Cold
and
at the
valleys.
tip, freezing at the tip, just like my penis. Absolutely
Very
freezing
good.
at the tip.
Very good, Scotty.
Oh, is that a medical thing?
Well, no, I would say that every body part that's far away
Blood
from
loss.
your heart is cold.
Right.
Your nose, your ass
Oh,
cheeks,
okay.
and the tip of your
That's true.
penis. Because the blood
Yes.
has trouble getting there.
That is true.
It's absolutely true.
I gotta ask Dr. Jimmy
You
about
really
this the
are a
next time I'm there.
scientist here.
You really
We're
are.
learning
We've
about
learned so
evolution.
much.
Please
We're
don't
learning about
patronize me.
biology.
This is true. This is all true.
This is not patron. You are my scientist.
Thank you.
You're my scientist. Is what I
Don't
say.
write a song now.
Oh, no. He's
we
becoming
haven't
my
fucked
muse.
yet. We haven't fucked yet.
Oh,
there you
this
go.
is the dance. This is the dance.
Here's another one. I know this isn't rock, but again, Sunset doesn't know.
Eminem?
Sunset doesn't know.
He knows about hip hop, mostly
Sunset,
from 1994.
That's
Right,
correct.
only into Sunset he's only into hip hop from '94, but I gotta ask because somebody told me this was someone that I needed to ask.
Sure, yeah.
Someone did. We don't know who.
Somebody did.
People been faxing in questions for Sunset.
It was my
Someone
good
threw a brick
friend.
through your window with a note
It was
on
Nick
it.
Nolte. It was
Right,
Nick Nolte.
it was Nick
my
Nolte threw a
best
brick
friend.
with a question right through the memorial
The
ass of
Prince of
Meatloaf
Tides.
in the back of our building.
The
Yes.
Prince of Tides asked me. He was like,
And he signs it.
and that translates as, make sure you ask him about Kenny Rogers.
Oh my God. What a
Gambler.
Kenny Rogers, my lord. First of all, you gotta know when to suck him. You gotta know when to fuck him. You know what I'm talking about? Kenny Rogers, his dick smelled like fried chicken. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Why didn't it smell like roasted chicken?
Right,
Of
it
course
smelled like
I'm thinking
roasted
Yeah,
that.
that was the question. That is the specific question one has to ask.
He was
'Cause
like a
certainly
boxer.
It's not going to smell like fried
No.
chicken.
He was like a boxer. You think he was going right and he would throw a left hand.
Oh, boy.
Unbelievable.
It knocks you up against the wall, really.
It does.
just throws you for a loop.
It does.
And little known fact, Bob Dylan's the boxer,
Ooh,
or the
Bobby.
hurricane. As well as Simon's the boxer were
You
both
don't know.
about Kenny
Yeah.
Rogers'
Just-
penis.
Yes.
They were. That's right. Now, Bob
They
Dylan,
heard the story, too.
that guy liked to fuck in the morning. He was an
Now
absolute
that's freaky. That's the freakiest thing
That
you've
is the
told me.
freakiest thing
and
I've
I
ever
know.
heard. We need to put 3 more hours on the delay
I
for
mean,
that
this man
sunset.
was an absolute pig in the morning. At night, he would go to sleep at 6 p.m., but he would always wake up to, I'd wake up to the smell of eggs cooking, and before I knew it, right after breakfast on a full stomach, we were having sex. You ever have sex on a full stomach full of eggs?
Ugh, it's the excuse me, baking powder.
Excuse
No,
me.
thank you.
Excuse me, no thank you, because these are
Yeah.
hard-boiled
No,
eggs,
thank
and they
you.
reek.
Oh, he shoves them in your mouth, Cool Hand Luke style. That's
right.
terrible.
That's
Oh,
right.
boy.
First of all, the guy peeled hard-boiled eggs better than anyone I've ever seen in my life. Bob Dylan
He
would-
literally pops them with one, like, he
pops
does
them
it with
exactly.
his fist.
He doesn't do the
And they
ice.
shoot out.
He doesn't do it underwater. He just squeezes and they shoot out right into your mouth.
He puts his hand right down. When I was at Bobby's house,
Yeah.
he puts his fucking hand right down in the boiling water.
That's right.
Pulls it out, pops it into your fucking mouth.
Now ask me
Like
why
a-
he has
like a
no nerves in
Terminator.
his hand. Do you know why he has no nerves in his hand?
I'm going to ask the question, why doesn't he have any nerves in his hand?
Fisting. Bob Dylan liked to fist, and I clenched way too hard, and he lost all feeling in his in his hand, and
It's gonna
he was
happen.
able to
And his feet.
and his feet. For fuck's sake,
Like-
in all his extremities.
Man,
All of his
man.
extremity. That's
you
why he
got to
started
pull
mumbling
it.
even more.
He's like, my
why he
hand
started mumbling.
and my feet.
Oh,
And
my
you're like,
God.
what, Bobby? What? He's like, my hand.
My
and
feet is yes, it's like it hit me
You know,
like
I
a
heard he grew that
hurricane.
mustache just so he could feel something.
That's right.
Just so he could feel something
That's
on
so
his upper
right.
lip.
It's truly the only thing he feels.
Yeah.
The only
right.
thing he feels is his upper lip, all because of that fisting situation with you.
That's right.
That's a wonderful chapter. It's heartwarming. That's
is
the thing about
heartwarming. That
you
is
know,
the sweetest
people,
chapter in
I'm
your
gonna
book.
just say it. This I got something on my brain, and I gotta say it.
wait,
People,
let me fire
throw
it. Let
the
me
sounder.
fire it. Okay, let me. Here we go.
You know, I got something on my noggin here, people.
Fire it off.
If you've got a problem with Sunset's book, Going Nuclear, Every Last Drop, 3 Decades, you don't understand what hard is about, because that's the thing that is not missing in this book. Every fuck sesh has a soul. And that's what I love about you, Sunset.
You know what?
loving.
I'm gonna go off. It's time for Whisp to
Oh,
go
you gotta
off.
do your going off segment.
Can we get the go off segment going? Every chapter of Sunset's book, every last drop. It's like you taste every last drop.
Wow.
And you Sunset, you do it in such a way where I know you'll never admit this, and I've known you a long time, Sunset, so I think I can admit this. Every last drop included a lot of love.
Ooh,
There was real love there
thank you.
with every single rocker, and Kenny Rogers, who kind of rocked when he was, in a band
kick it up
and
a little
not
bit.
solo.
That's right.
So,
Can I? You mind if I go off?
oh shit, Sunset.
course.
Okay,
I'd
here
love
you
to
go.
off. Hey,
Here we go.
I'd like to go off about a little man named Angus Young.
Whoa.
Angus Young. You know him for his intense voice, for his screaming, but I have to say, he was not a screamer in bed, and I was angry. His orgasms were absolutely quiet, and don't we hate that, goddammit, when someone doesn't make a peep? He would look straight ahead and he'd look like a dead fish. I'm honestly saying, why the fuck are you gonna fuck someone and have a dead face on? Angus, you make so much noise on stage. Make some noise while I enter you.
The music
while you
ended a long time
climax.
ago, Geoff, but I'm going to let Sunset keep going. Keep going, Sunset.
I think he's just reading from chapter 42.
I literally think that was chapter
literally
42.
reading from the book right now. Here that I say, quote, why aren't you making any noise, Angus? Why aren't you making any noise when you climax? I have no idea. I think he's into it, but I can't tell.
Well, that's a reading from Every Last Drop by Sunset. Now, Sunset, I
and
have
going
heard,
off all at once. It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
and going off all at once. I have heard, Sunset, that you're having a little bit of a difficulty setting up a book tour because people don't really want to hear this.
I don't know if they know me by Steve Schley or my real name or Sunset. I'm not sure what's going on
It could
here.
be that they know you by Steve Schnee.
That could be what's going on.
Like, if
then
they knew Sunset.
I can't book. The only place I booked was a fucking toy store, and that's because I lied about the product that I was coming in with. And so I need
What did you tell
help.
them? What did you say it was?
I say I invented a new toy called the Obinator.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What does the Obinator do? What does it reportedly do?
The problem
Because I
is,
would imagine the manager of the toy store immediately is like, this sounds interesting. Tell me
sounds
what
interesting.
exactly
Hold
it
on a
does.
second.
My problem is I said it kills children, and he was so upset by that.
Wow.
But I don't know why he still booked me, but he did. But I
He
need
still
your
did
help.
it. I mean, he wanted to see it in use.
Well, you are charming. You are Sunset. Even if
I
people
am
are upset
Sunset,
at you, they're still
but
going to
I
book you. I mean,
I couldn't think of anything that the Obinator did. Like, if I put you on the spot and said, what does the Obinator do? I was lying in a moment. Go ahead. Tell me what it does.
Under the pressure, I'd probably crack and say it kills children.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
I was. You know what? I'm gonna be honest here.
Up, hands up again for
Hands
old
up.
Geoff
Oh no,
over there.
hands down.
Oh,
Politics.
hands up.
But I was gonna say it kills children. So you're not in the wrong here.
You're
You're
not
not
in
in
the
the
wrong.
wrong.
I'm not in the wrong.
Maybe Steve Schnee is the inventor of the Obinator.
Schlee.
And you can, excuse me.
Schlee.
I just know you as Sunset.
No, that's
just
okay. I know
always
you
know
do.
Sunset.
No, but go ahead.
So
Keep
maybe,
going.
maybe Steve is the creator of the Obinator, and you can put that heavy shit on him.
Oh,
And Sunset,
yes. Sunset's
you're
totally
separate
different.
from it.
Sunset's the guy who made Mick Jagger come 30 times. Right?
As heard in the song Beast of Burden.
As-
It's
And
in the
actually
Guinness Book of
in
World Records,
the
where it
music.
said
If you listen
most
back
coming
in the
from Mick
background,
Jagger.
yes.
I'll never be your beast of burden. He couldn't fucking take my dick. Now, I have to say, when I fucked him, he was a weirdo. Because Jagger kept saying, sex with you is like a drug and I'm addicted. And he thought it was cool to say that.
That's never cool.
That's not
Never
cool.
Cool.
Not
nobody-
cool.
never
But
sex
here's what
with
I want from you guys. Help me book a place, a spot on the tour. Help me.
Okay.
I mean, we can do
Well,
this.
What
I
do you
think
want
you've
from me?
heard
Are
it
you
all.
asking me for a favor, a sexual favor? Is that what's happening
Wow,
here?
you really jumped right to the sexual
No,
favor
I'm
part. I mean,
sorry.
I guess I
You
just
said
I would lead with the book,
You
Sunset.
don't know.
Lead-
You told
Just
me
lead with
I
the
couldn't book. You said my book tour is doing poorly. I know where you're
No,
going.
it's really doing terribly.
No, I'm sorry. This is what
You
Billy
don't have
Joel did to
one.
me. No, this is what Billy Joel. He said, "You've got nothing without me," and I know where it was going. You want me to fucking jerk you off with my round
No,
toesies?
I am not saying that. I'm saying that, but also I do imagine Billy Joel said that and immediately crashed into a tree.
He was an
right
angry
before
guy.
he yelled out,
Yes.
set up a residency at the toy store forever.
Hey,
Boom,
that's-
right into it.
You guys,
Okay.
now
not a bad
I
idea,
feel,
though.
I
We
feel
do have-
insulted, but that's okay.
The crazy
we
part
do
is
have
I
books-
was just going to ask for
You know
a
what?
copy of the book for
Fuck
payment
it.
for helping the tour. But fuck it.
Scotty, I need you to dial Books 1,000. The manager's name is Gary, and I want him on the horn right now.
Gary can be a real prick, so make sure
Gary's
he's
going to be a real fucking prick, but I'm going to handle him right now. Hi, line 42. Is this Gary? Books 1,000.
Yeah, what do you want? Of course it's Gary. What?
Yeah,
books
so
1,000.
hey, what's going on, Gary? It is Whisp Turlington.
I'm just trying to go through all these Dan Brown remainders, and someone's getting in my way. All right.
Okay, calm down, Gary. Gary.
Oh, you wanna put price tags on 2,000 copies of Inferno?
I don't
Slightly
want to.
water damaged.
Very good book. Very good. A lot of running.
A lot of
Catholic Church.
Oh, a lot of
like
Catholic
any Dan
Church.
Brown novel, it's going to start with a call to Robert Langdon, and I am getting off track here. This is not what I called about, Gary.
Wait, what do you call? Again, I'm a busy man at
Gary,
Books
this is
1,000.
Whisp Turlington from the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk. Have you ever heard of Sunset?
Of course, I've heard of Sunset.
Sir, I sell toys, sir.
No, Sunset. Let me handle it.
I sell
Sunset.
toys.
Okay, well,
Sunset,
I don't know
let me
who
handle
I'm talking to, but this is
No,
Books
don't lead with the
1,000. We
toys.
don't
You don't
sell
have
any
to.
toys here.
You don't have to, Sunset.
Sir, wait, no, this is called the Tubinator,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, no,
It's a
no,
toy.
this sounds like a
Sunset, you should
prank
not
call.
lead
I don't
with
even
that.
think this is the way. Or you got me pranking here.
No,
on
absolutely
Whisper
not.
Turlington Show. I'm hanging up
I
on you,
promise
Dan.
you, this toy hurts young boys and girls.
Damn
No,
it,
but
Sunset.
the
That
toy
went
hurts
poorly,
you.
Sunset.
Oh, it hurts young boys and girls. Whoa.
Jeez.
See, I think this is why you can't book a
This is
book
what you
tour.
gotta stop pushing your
Toys.
fake toy that kills
I
all
got
children,
ner- I get
especially at
nervous.
bookstores.
I get
You
nervous.
didn't even say this kills children. You said it hurts them.
Well, it maims them. I thought in my head I just get
I think
nervous.
you gotta lead with the book next
Okay,
time.
right.
I just
yeah.
think
the book.
I think you gotta say something like, "This makes Motley Crue's The Dirt look like the Bible,"
Okay.
which is still a pretty fucked up book if you think about it. But I mean,
both of
not
them.
as fucked up
It
as some of
is
the
a
stories.
fuck-
You
Look
can-
at Tommy
pretty
Lee,
rock
by the
and
way.
roll when
Tommy
you get down to
Lee,
it.
that's a dick extender.
That's a dick extender.
Not a real, yes, not a real
knew
penis.
It.
You knew
I
it.
He smacked it inside. So we were getting in his
Yes.
Porsche, and he locked it in the door. I felt nothing,
He
and I
felt
was
nothing.
screaming the whole time. I
The
was
truth
like,
is,
"Ah!" And he's like, "What, dude?
Yes,
What?" And I'm like,
no.
"You're a dick."
if you can,
That's
the
not
truth is,
real.
you can actually feel the difference while you're fucking someone
I'm
with
sure
a
you
fake dick extender. It's-
Sure.
You feel the plastic. You know, it's.
I'm sure you can.
It's longer,
Hard,
but it's
hard.
hard. Yes,
You get,
I never
when
felt
you're
it.
trying to really
that's
goose
right.
that,
And
goose that
when
thing
you're
all of a sudden.
goosing that thing, it makes a sound like you open a pickle jar. It's like a pop. You can hear it pop.
Of course.
Yeah,
You
it's
pop the
sweet.
seal.
I hope it happens all
Goosing
the
that
time.
thing. Mm-hmm. Goosing that thing. Chapter
Goosing it.
27 in your
Goosing
book.
that thing.
It's
Oh.
very, very good.
You know,
That's
that's
right.
the interesting thing. I did look at that Tommy Lee rock doll. Of course,
And?
Rock Dolls is owned by Keith Talons. That is some slightly used but repurposed sex
Right.
dolls
Sex
that become
dolls.
all of your favorite rock stars. And half of that penis is actually a real penis, which is a weird,
Whoa, whoa.
interesting take
I'm sorry,
on it.
Jeff. I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, yes. No, of course.
Line 3, we've got Gary calling back. Gary, you're interested in booking Sunset?
Yeah, all right, fine. I finished putting all the price tags on the Dan Brown Infernos, and I realize I have some extra shelf space, and I'm thinking we're not selling that many books because print's kind of dead, so maybe I could put a toy on there. I heard she got a
It's
toy
not
that
a
I
toy,
could put on
Sir,
there.
sir, imagine a hula hoop that makes little girls bleed. Sir, imagine a hula hoop that makes
I mean,
little
it
girls
sounds
bleed.
like Books 1,000.
No, we gotta hang up on him. We gotta hang up on him.
gotta
We're
hang
hanging
up
up on
on
him.
him, and,
No, you're not selling your book again.
Sunset, this
I'm
isn't going to
nervous.
work. This isn't going to work. It's the Stones on 108.9 The Hawk. See, that was 3 times at the beginning of the song
That's
that
just
you could
3
hear
in the beginning, at
Jagger
least.
going. Then there you go. And now we are in the interview, and Sunset has the least successful book tour in history because they immediately go off trying to fucking book a toy that isn't even made. First off, welcome to 108.9 The Hawk, everybody listening to the dirtiest episode of The
Filthy.
Hawk that we've had yet.
It's what happens when you get the wonderful Gil Ozeri coming on the show. I warned Jason. I said, this one's going to get filthy because Gil's
This one's going to be real fucking filthy. This is like Max After Dark.
Wait, is this an actual? Is this an actual
This
interview
is your
now?
actual
This is an actual
exactly.
interview. We do have an interview now.
Yeah.
This is
Love
the
it.
same thing Gabrus did to us. We have to start the interview by saying it's an interview
Got
because
it.
Gabrus we got through it and he didn't realize it
He
was
was
an
doing
interview.
He was
character.
like 5 or 10 minutes
Yeah.
in. He was
And
like,
he
man,
was
they're
like-
being really
he's like,
effusive
"They're
about my
real-"
career.
But then he's also he's like, they really like my show, and it's like, yeah, we like your show, but we're doing an interview, so. Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing Sunset into our lives.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
Oh
me.
my
So
God.
excited.
Gil, you are one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank
it
you very
just
much.
is a fact. You're also a fantastic writer.
Ooh,
You write for Big Mouth.
I do. I write
You
for Big
write
Mouth.
for
We're writing the
a
last
bunch
season
of-
right now.
the last
Really?
season.
Well, we were until the big
Well, yes, you're
strike
not-
happened. No, we're not scabbing. Not scabbing.
Yes. No,
that's good.
Although, don't we
we're
all
in
want
the
to scab
process.
just a little bit? Don't we all just?
Can we all just use this as an opportunity to confess?
Yes.
I just want to do a little scabbing.
I have heard that some people have been.
I
don't know
have heard that
names,
too.
but I have heard that it's been
too.
happening.
Yes,
It's just
and I
a name
find it to
that
be
rhymes
absolutely
with
cute.
Michael Mann.
I'm like, oh, I've
Michael
heard of
Mann
Michael
is a
Mann.
scab. Yeah. He's like, I gotta fucking write Heat 3.
Exactly. But Gil, truly, you've been on. I mean, you kind of have been on everything.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
You've been on. I'm always excited when I mean, even just the fact that, buddy, you were on Curb. I was
on
so
Curb.
excited
I was
that
on Curb.
happened.
I was on Curb. I played a doctor on Grey's Anatomy. I
Yeah.
played a
Good Lord.
lawyer on Law and Order. I was I have not done any of that stuff.
But you truly are like one of the funniest people, and also, I mean, I have to say, because that's part of like where our relationship came from. Your wife is one of the funniest people.
She is. She
would
is
actually
to
say
me
maybe
is the
like-
funniest person.
I mean, Emily's in my top 5 funniest people I've
She's
ever
my
existed. There's a
top
reason
one.
I worked with her.
Top one. I got.
Look,
I
I have
got
a
very
wife
lucky.
I have to put in the list, all right? And you're
Yeah,
on the
I've
air,
got a wife
so-
I have to include in the
That's
list.
what we're
as
doing,
well,
right,
so.
boys? We're putting our wives on the list.
Hey, happy
wife, happy life.
That's right. We all love them, right? Now go to private mode. Now go to private mode. Oh my God, my wife's a drag. Yeah,
But
she's
it's,
the funniest ever,
yeah.
and I'm just always laughing around her, and it's the best. I
And
got
I
super
always
lucky.
loved that, especially when her and I worked together. There would be moments where it'd be like, let's ask Gil to do the most time-consuming, annoying thing for us very quickly. Like,
Well, that was the poster.
Gil, can you pull together an entire poster?
Yeah.
in like an hour all the time.
It was so fun.
And you were
Your
always
show
like-
was so funny together. I'd love to see you guys work together again. It was so funny.
Yeah,
The height of
just the greatest.
I mean, I was just thinking also about how insane Randy Quaid has actually even he's gotten even so much worse than where you started.
Jesus.
And then also
Yes.
Jim Santangeli playing Prince too, just like
I mean, insane. I mean, we wrote that show Getting Quaid about a Randy Quaid fan convention, and it's just it's our insane brains together, and then we didn't know he would become crazier.
yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew?
But one of the things I always love is that just allowed me to then hang with you, because we were at UCB at the same time.
Yep.
Of course, people love to drop hot sauce. But hot sauce was such a fun fucking team.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I
appreciate
always
it.
would tell. I just remember one show where you looked like you had a broken leg the whole show. You're doing some crazy walk.
Did I have a broken leg?
Freaked me out.
I did.
You were just doing some funny walk.
Or did you have a broken leg?
Or did you
Yeah,
have a
I know,
broken
I
leg?
I
Did I laugh at your
get
misery?
hurt for my art, I really like to put it all out there. And then I call it the flu game. That was just my flu game.
But Gil, one thing we like to ask our guests.
Yes.
The one question we always have to ask: what is your relationship with classic rock and/or classic rock radio?
Good God, I love classic rock. I listen to it a lot. And I like all genres of music, but there is some, I don't know. I'm very nostalgic I feel like everyone is sort of nostalgic for a period that's like right before they were born or right before they existed. And there's something about the 70s that feel like I don't know. At least that's classic rock to me.
Yeah.
But that I wish I could exist in, where I don't know. It just feels sort of. I don't know, like everything is going to be okay or something like that.
Yeah.
There's not. They don't talk about that many problems. It's about
Right.
I don't know.
No.
Right.
But I mean, there were a lot of problems going on with fucking gas crisis and all this shit. But it was all about just like hanging out.
It's also a lot of white people talking about. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yes.
My favorite band is Fleetwood Mac, and I mean, I guess I consider them,
yes,
classic
100%,
rock.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, it's when I put like an album on, it's my favorite thing is to like drive and listen to classic rock. It's just like, I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm sort of outside of myself and looking at myself because it feels like such a movie to me to be like, I don't know. Something about it.
I mean, especially when you're here, when we live in like LA, like there are
Southern
those times where it's like, should we be the cliche and go drive through Laurel Canyon?
You have to.
Like, and it works.
Yes, it works.
It all makes sense, kind of, when you're driving through there. You a fan of the Buckingham Nicks record?
I am not. No, I'm not.
I'm going to send that to you.
Send it to me.
It's before they joined, and it was
before they joined the Mac.
It's such a good record.
Oh, it's before they joined. This is. Do you guys? There's like I listened to a bunch of. There's like a few songs like Blood on the Floor. Do you know that song by Fleetwood Mac? It's like old songs. And hold on. Let me tell you which ones I have here.
Well, because there's also, because when Fleetwood, you can also go to like Peter Green era.
It's such a totally different. No, I mean, they were
like
so many different bands. Yes, they were a blues band. It's so bizarre.
When I heard the Melvins cover the Green Monalishi, I thought they were doing a Judas Priest cover, and then it was not till years later I was like, oh, that's a Fleetwood Mac cover? That makes no sense to me.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, Blood on the Floor is off of Kiln House.
I mean, it's
that's a great record too.
I mean, all their songs. Oh God, I'm trying to find this.
So that's a Jeremy Spencer one. That's after Peter Green left.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys know so much, huh? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, the Buckingham Nicks record was like where they heard that and it didn't do great, and then they were like, "Let's get them into the band.
Let's get them in. Let's get actual people who know what they're doing."
It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, have you guys ever heard? This is the song I love from Bare Trees. Spare me a little of your love. Do you know that one?
Oh, Bare Trees rules, man. That's such a good record.
It's
so different. Yeah,
we're gonna have to break that up possibly into a couple episodes for Fleetwood Mac.
100%. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do half and half. I just bought a vinyl of their self-titled record, which is like my favorite of theirs.
It's so good, and there's an alternate version of that you can get too.
Is there?
That's like, where it's just like the album rebuilt with different alternate tracks.
Oh, wow.
Or alternate takes, it's kind of cool to listen to. They did that. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young did that with Deja Vu. And one record I would recommend for you, and it's a newer record, Buckingham McVie. Have you heard that album?
No.
It is the solo album that it's a duo album that Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie made together, and then it came out, and then like 2 months later they kicked him out of Fleetwood Mac.
Oh wow!
So there wasn't any.
Are you guys? Are you McVie weird, over Stevie? So. I'm complete.
Oh, I love them both.
You love? I love them both. But there's something about McVie that makes me. I'm just like entranced by her voice.
Oh God, yes.
I also appreciated.
Her voice makes me fucking cry. Man.
I appreciated when Buckingham got kicked out, and her response was like, I felt very bad, and I also just bought a house.
Yeah.
Like, she truly was just like, I'm kind of screwed. Like, I have blown my finances, I have a mortgage. And I was like, yeah, it does. And then, the Mick Fleetwood was like, I think she might have said about him, it's just like, I mean, that guy's gone through so many divorces.
Yeah.
Like, he's screwed on alimony.
I do think a big part of that was the fact that I think she may have been sick then too.
Yeah, I think so.
And so she knew that this was probably her last gasp to even tour with Fleetwood Mac. And I got to say, Neil Finn and Mike Campbell from the Heartbreakers, they were great filling in for Lindsey Buckingham. It's not the same in any way whatsoever, but
McVie's the hidden weapon. I feel like you don't realize it's a Fleetwood Mac song even sometimes. Like, and then you're like, oh, that song is amazing.
Yeah,
her voice is just incredible. Yeah, exactly. It's insane.
Real.
It's insane.
It sounds exactly like, whoa, is Christine McVie on this Zoom?
Wow, unbelievable.
I want to give
Wow,
Oh my
McVie, he
God.
doesn't know the lyrics to her own song. It's unbelievable.
Oh, she always scatted live.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yes.
Just
She
standing
started
playing
as a
piano.
scatter, yeah, exactly.
Scatman
Yeah.
Crothers was like, good idea.
Yeah. Well, Gil, thank you so much for doing this. We got to have Sunset back and
Thank you for
learn
having
more
me.
about.
I was a pleasure being this dirty at 11 a.m. I thank you.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Gil, do you have
Yeah.
any specific plugs
Yeah,
right now?
anything you wanna plug?
gosh. I'm going to just plug supporting the writers on strike. That's what I'm going to
100%.
Yes. So
and get out there if you can. Get on the picket line and help us out. Thank you.
Yep.
That's it.
thank you,
Hopefully by the
Imagine
time-
Dragons, for keeping
Thank you,
hearts
Imagine
alive. If
Dragons.
there's one person we want to thank,
And
in this
Weezer.
strike- and
Thank
Weezer.
you for
And
getting
Weezer.
out there.
Yes,
and
thank you. Exactly.
making me side
Thank
with
you,
Who's
Jay
next?
Leno, for that one box
Yeah.
of donuts.
Who's next? Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's coming out?
Hopefully by the time
Step
this
up to the
airs,
plate, people. Who's coming out?
Pizza Terra.
Yeah, yeah. He's
You'll
like,
get
"Fuck it."
validation. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we'll validate.
No.
Oh, hopefully by the time this airs, the strike will be over, but you never know.
never know.
Hey, if you want to support The Hawk, you can support us at patreon.com/1089 The Hawk. You get these episodes 1 week early. You have all of our extra shows that are on there, such as Hawk Rock Talk or album poll or Hawk Rock Talk classic albums, where we take one album. There's an episode that you only get on the Patreon right now, where we do a deep dive into everything involving Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd. And we'll have another.
And we
I think
get worked
already,
up in existential about it.
Yeah, we do. And I think we already decided our next album, our next classic album, didn't we?
We did.
Did you guys? Were
believe
you
it
guys
was-
a big Dark Side of Oz guys when you were younger?
I did it when I was young. I watched it and I'm like, whoa, they definitely did this.
I did it
And-
not until my 20s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
I
now
was
I'm
more
like-
of a Echoes from metal with the end of 2001.
Is that
one
real?
really blew my mind. Yeah. It's like you
I've
start Echoes at a certain point when the eye blinks 3 times.
Okay.
And it does match up. It's like
It does
real
the
trip.
same shit.
It's
It's
the
the
same.
same
It's just
shit.
same shit. Yeah.
It matches
There's-
up in that your brain makes up matches.
Exactly. That's the only way. The next classic album is Supertramp, isn't it?
I thought we just landed on Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell.
Oh, yes, you're
Wow.
right. So it is
Yeah.
Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell
Yes.
is the next one, and then we'll do Supertramp after that.
Yes,
Breakfast in America. The next Hawk Rock Talk is going to be Metallica.
Yep.
That's going to be a big episode, and then of course we've got Art Spart, Monster Hunter coming out, and then we'll probably do an episode. We've got an episode of Talk to the Hawk where you can ask us mailbag questions where we will answer as Jason, Geoff, Wisp, Greg, Big Truck, you
Great
name
questions
it.
we already have, and those
we
are
have so
only
many great
coming from our
questions.
Patreon members.
And that's only gonna be on
Patreon is the
Patreon.
only people who's going to be able to hear it at patreon.com/1089 The Hawk.
Get
And then
on there,
we'll
baby.
also- yeah, we'll also have another. We'll do a 10 suggestions episode where it's an episode of The Hawk where you tell us what to do. So that's all part of the Patreon, patreon.com/1089 The Hawk. What if they wanted to review us, Geoff? What do they do with that?
Oh, you got to go to podcasts and StitcherCast and Overcast and Apple and Spotify and Zune and give us a 5-star review, baby.
And Zune.
You got to give those reviews at Zune, but they really do count. They really do help.
They really do.
And also spread the word, people. Just let
spread the
anyone you
word.
know who might like The Hawk say, hey,
Yes.
you can jump in anytime. If not, get immersive, baby. It's
You
wonderful.
don't know. You don't need to know about classic rock.
You don't. I know
You
it scares people
we'll
off
give it to you.
sometimes, but
you don't need to.
if you
I know
want
that's
lots
a
of
big-
sex, you'll get in
If
that
you
as
want
well.
lots of sex, you're gonna get it in this episode. Scotty, you can turn the delay off, and we'll see you next time on 108.9 The Hawk.